दिल जानिए मैं तेरा ही हो गया. Hi Nina, and welcome
Hello.
to the show.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nina, and I'm the founder of Nina's Choreography. And I've been in the industry for over 30 years, I would say. So, yes, experience is definitely there. I run all the Bollywood dance classes, but my main is the Bollywood inspired Zumba classes, which has taken off, and my kind of name came out there. And then wedding choreographies gave me a huge platform, where I choreographed Ashish Nehra's entire family wedding. That gave me the title of celebrity wedding choreographer, winning, two reputed awards. So yeah, it kind of, just went there. And then all the collaborations happened with Sushant Khatri, Farah Khan. So, and now I'm doing this Jamie Lever collaboration. So, it's just touch wood. Everything is
That's
good.
one.
Yes. So that's how my, Nina's choreography was reborn in London.
I love that. Great, Nina. And I was just listening to your introduction, and it's a really inspiring thing for everybody thinking to start something.
To believe in yourself, do not give up. I know life is tough. There's competition, there's everything, but there must be something unique about you, right? That people will come to you if they like you. You have to be likable, approachable, friendly, and believe in yourself that yes, I can do this. It's not like overnight. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take you years before you actually even get there. It's taken me over 30 years. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
To be recognized, and in my mid 40s is when I'm recognized. So you can imagine, when I started, I was 18 years old when my big concert kind of, stage came along, basically. So you can imagine from 18 to mid 40s, how long journey is that?
Lots of hard work.
Lots of hard
And
work
people
goes in.
people see when you are a celebrity or associated to such, glamorous things, people see just where you are right now. Oh, she is there. But the background is also where you have worked a lot. So
How much you go through, ups and downs, success, no success, absolutely. There's everything in life. For me, for example, when I was, 15, 14, 15, I participated in the Maharashtra competition in India. And I was like, at that time, I was like, Kya main kar paungi? Will I be able to do it? You kind of have that consciousness. And who was the judge? Nana Patekar and all of them. So at
uh,
that time, Nana Patekar was big. He was like, whoa, I have to really do this. And then practice, 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 day, night practice. And I came second in that, it was held in Panchgini.
yeah, it's a big thing because India itself is a big country and Maharashtra is a big state. So any competition in Maharashtra, it matters.
Exactly. So I was in Panchgini, and that's when this competition happened, and I came second. And the song I did was Shri Devi Ka Gana.
Oh.
So, my journey, in a way, started with Shri Devi Ka Gana. In fact, even when I was 5 years old, Shri Devi Ka Gana hi shuru hua mera. So, Shri Devi is a big kind of influence, kind of like a diva for me. Exactly, what bubbliness and whatever, that just came through naturally on me. And I won the second prize. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a huge thing. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, success did come. It even went away because at the age of 18, when I tried for Bollywood, nahi hua. Kyunki bole, oh, do you know somebody inside? And this was a really
Hmm.
reputed choreographer. And she said, nahi, agar nahi, you don't know, chalo, jao. Just want assistant choreographer ka, experience. I don't need anything else. But nope, it didn't work. And 18 is a very crucial age, right? You want to
Correct.
be, you have that aspiration in you, that heart. I want to do this and I want to do that. And, wo hota hai na andar ek,
Correct.
yeah. So I just went and, and then I was like completely discouraged. And I'm like, you know what, chodo. And I went back to studying and whatever, study kiya and all that stuff. But like 20, Yeah, 2020, I think I went back to my island. So I come from this very small island called Mayotte it's near Seychelles. It's a French
Okay.
island.
Mm.
And I was born and brought up there. But then my parents sent me to India to study. So I was in Pune, Bombay. When my childhood, I was living with my parents, with my grandparents. तो वो भी बहुत difficulty थी क्योंकि they did not like me dancing, especially my uncles. They refused. They said nay. You know, in the 80s, dancing was not a thing that today.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't.
Dancing, Bollywood industry, normal people were scared of these jobs, professions.
Correct. Dancing में क्या है? What are you doing this dancing? Go study. It was like dancing was something that gave me joy. वो peace of mind, happiness internal. एक होता है ना therapy. But then slowly, luckily my parents were my pillars. They were my support, big support. They're like, nay, do what you like. They never stopped me. They're very modern, very open-minded people. So they were always like supportive of whatever I did. And then after 3 years, they sent me to Panchgini. And that's where my dancing started. Bharatnatyam, I did a bit. I did 2 years of Bharatnatyam training, and then I did Bollywood dance training. And then I started kind of participating in all the competitions. I started becoming me. You know, and then I said, yeah, now this is something I really will carry on with me. And that's when after whatever Bollywood thing that happened to me, rejection, which was a complete downfall to me. But my dad said, "Yahan pe aao, Mayot, and here we'll do something for you, okay?" And instantly I was like, "Yeah, that's brilliant." And I got there, and my dad was part of Rotary Club, so
Okay.
luckily, and he knew people around and all that. And the media, they approached me, "Would you like to represent India in this
Wow.
country and do a performance, and that will showcase Mauritius, that will be showcased in
Hmm.
Reunion Island, all the Indian ocean islands." I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it's like a dream come true to perform on a
Great.
big platform where I'll be actually shown in all these surrounding islands. So I then did with few of my crew. So they were all multinationals. None of there was only one or two Indians, but the rest were all multinationals. Which was amazing because they don't know the lyrics, they don't know the meaning, and तो हम लोगों ने we did on ताल से ताल मिला.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and that was
That's a
like,
beautiful song. Beautiful song.
yes, exactly, and I gave that fusion Bollywood, but thoda blend of classical
Okay.
on that. So, and people love classical.
Yeah.
So, I was like, okay, I want to bring India flavor, but I want Bollywood as well a bit because Bollywood is a big thing in India, you know.
Yes.
Only Bollywood classical is a great combo. So, बस वहाँ से शुरू हुआ मेरा fusion style. And then I just carried on. So I don't just focus on Bollywood dham jam or all that. I do fusiony stuff. So, and then I started running my classes in my youth. So there were like all these multinational people, and then we started doing performances locally, in big platforms. When there's a big singer coming, they want us to perform before. So
Yeah.
it's like great, I mean, it's perfect. But then obviously, when I was 23, I got married. So उसके बाद, I had to kind of settle. तो मेरा dancing चला गया, you know. So
That's a change again for everyone. There's a same story.
isn't it? We women have to go through each phases in our lives. So the babies, and I got married, and then I'm like, okay, I need to settle in my life, married life and things like that. So I was kind of doing all that, and I was working 9 to 5 at in an airline, South African Airways.
Okay.
So yes, so I worked for about 8 years. 2003 to 2008. Yeah. So I was in the airline industry for all that years, and dancing had nothing to do with, in that period of my life. And then my first child was born, and then obviously, फिर बच्चा आ जाता है तो you just again become a mom, full-time mom, you know.
It
So
becomes our priority at that time.
exactly, and I wanted to be with my child. I didn't want to do
Yeah,
anything,
right.
because children are like, I love children. Let's put it that way. So for me, it was like I want to be with my child, bachpan ka uska, I don't want to let go of that fun time with the child. And then we went to Hong Kong in 2009. So, we were settling in a new place. I went into depression big time because there was nobody. Koi nahi tha
Yeah.
wahan, where
And
I,
I think in Hong Kong, culture is also very different
yeah, no, not
because
everybody
it
speaks
must be a
English,
new culture.
and sab log English to bolte nahi hai,
So it's
you
a
know.
big challenge.
So it was a big challenge for me. And I think my son was about 9 months old. So there's no nursery, there's no school. Ke jayega ki, I start making friends and all that. So wo bhi thoda challenging tha. And
Yes.
husband going to work full time. So I was like, make me like I was like completely gone basically. And this was my first part of the depression. I've gone through twice. And then he started nursery. Tabhi jaake mera friendship shuru hua and all that, and I started settling in, and it was fun. And then my second child was born, and then I went into really bad depression. So that was because there was a condition with my daughter which we weren't aware of when she was born. The next day we were told that she has kind of special needs, basically,
Okay.
difficulty and all that stuff. And I started cursing myself. I started saying things to myself that,
Mhm.
is it my fault? मेरी वजह से हुआ, this, you start kind of blaming
Yes.
yourself.
Comes to our mind.
Yeah. So that started coming to my mind, and I just stopped talking to everybody. I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. I was just in one shell with my baby, holding my baby, looking at my baby, crying throughout. Like, kya hua? What have I done wrong in my life? That, poor child, this is what I have to go through. The baby has to go through all this. So I was kind of blame throughout. But one day,
Mhm.
and I put on weight. I had put on weight, like the petite Nina had become basically from size 6 to size 12. So I
Mm.
was, kind of really
That was
bulged up, no makeup, nothing, crying, like eating junk, just not happy with myself. And then one day I say, usko leke, I was just playing with her and all that. And I was crying, looking at her. So all of a sudden, as a fingers aaye, and she started doing this. And I'm like, hang on, this is a sign. She's telling me that stop crying, be strong, you know.
And she
Uh,
can feel that, Nina. She can feel that.
Kids feel that, right? Kids feel that. And yeah, I mean, she just did this, and all of a sudden, I'm like, it took me back. And I'm like, this is a sign. She's telling me to come out of this, snap out from this depression, blaming yourself about, what's going on. This is life, move on. That's what she's trying to tell me. And I'm like, oh my God. All of us. And then she smiled. And I'm like, kids are God gifted.
Yeah.
You know? Kids are God gifted. So, that signal just gave me that strength. The next day, I'm like, I need to snap out of this. Otherwise I'm spoiling my children's life,
Yeah.
you know. And my son, who I didn't give any attention, he deserved me. He
Yes.
deserved me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This is it. I need to snap out of this. The next day, I came out of this like, oh, you won't believe, overnight. I just came out of this. And I went to the parlor first thing. I did whatever, my hair and all that. Then I'm like, what do I do? My fitness level is gone. My confidence level is gone. My everything is gone. What do I do now? Where do I start? My friend, she used to run Zumba classes in Hong Kong. And she's like, Nina, aja. I'm like, I love dancing and I want to be fit, you know. So chalo, मैं शुरू करती हूँ. I started off with once a week. फिर मैं बोली नहीं, once a week नहीं होगा. Let me do twice a week. Twice a week I started. And that's it. After that, I did not stop. And within 6 to 8 months, I lost all that weight. And I said to her, thank you for bringing my confidence back in dancing because I had lost all this.
Yes.
You know, and she brought my confidence level back. And then I started my dance business in Hong Kong in 2014 after I came out. क्योंकि मुझे था कि I want to be with my children. मुझे कुछ भी हो, I'm not going to 9 to 5 job. मेरे को मेरे बच्चों के साथ रहना है. And I want to do something that I like, that gives me joy. And my husband's like, तेरे को dancing तो अच्छा लगता है. So why don't you think about that? And I'm like, huh, that's a good idea, you know. Then I can do the hours that my children don't need. And that's perfect for me, you know. So then that's 2014 is when I had my first client. And she was like miles away. But I said, I'll take it. I don't care, you know. And it used to take me 1 hour and 20 minutes to get to hers. And at that time, I used to charge £50 an hour, which is nothing, you know. 1 hour 20 minutes जाने का 1 hour 20 minutes you already gone like what 3 hours गया फिर 1 घंटा सिखाना, you know. So I'm like, you know what, I don't care, I'm just going, let me start off with that. I started off with that, and then slowly it built, and I was the first one. At that time, there was nobody doing Bollywood dancing in Hong Kong.
Because it was not about money at that time. That's why you remember the incident till now, Nina. It was not about money. It was about you and your confidence.
My journey, my dancing journey, the confidence that had gone down, it had to come back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it kind of pushed me out of my, you know, bubble, basically. तब भी जाके मैं, you know, I'm like, okay, now I know, you know, एक बार किया ना, then that's it. I took that, you know, first job, and I'm like, okay, yes, you know. I was nervous at first because I hadn't danced for 9-10 years, going through that depression and whatever. And then I'm like, no, I will take this one, you know, I don't care. And then बस शुरू हो गया, तब से शुरू हो गया वहां पे. And then I was like big there, तो had to close down. वापस यहाँ आना था, you know. So then I had to restart again over here. तो वो भी बड़ा challenging था, because I approached a few dance schools and I said to the people, I said, do you need any dance instructors? And they were like, nobody replied. I could see blue tick delivered everything, but nobody replied. And I'm like, तो यहाँ पे तो कोई reply नहीं कर रहा. I'm like, you know, this is weird, this choreography industry in this part of the world. यहाँ पे, you know, they're not kind of interested or whatever. I just did my own research. So again, you have to do your own research, right? Business कैसे शुरू करना है? How do you register your business? So I had to register my business. I had to get all the licenses. I didn't just jump in and start it. No. You know, if you want to do it legally, do it properly. You know, I had two people join my class for almost 6 months. Yeah, सिर्फ 2 आ रहे थे. By that point, anybody will give up.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, no one has that willpower to go after that. छोड़ो, नहीं हो रहा, you know, कितना try किया, वो किया, ये किया, नहीं हो रहा, बस छोड़ो. But to the last point, I was sitting with my husband. I remember this conversation with him, and I said, what shall I do now? You know, I said, the only option I'm left with now, print the flyers, सबके घर पे डालो. You know, that's my last goal. I did that with my son. Me and my son, we went locally and we started putting all the flyers around, old school style.
Mhm.
And that worked. That worked. Within 2 weeks, I got from 2 to 5. And उसमें से एक mom, as I say, Bhagwan is always watching you and God will always give you something from somewhere. You know, there's one lady which I'll never ever forget in my life, and till today I thank her. She went and got 10 other students for me. You know,
Because she liked you. I mean, she got some quality thing in your dancing style. That's why.
exactly. So उसके बच्चे आए. You know, I started off with kids dance class. And Zumba classes तो 2 ही थे तभी. My kids dance class had 2. My Zumba classes had 2. And वो 2 हमारे friends के बच्चे आ रहे थे. And my son. So all 3 together. तभी जाके that mom came to that class. वो flyer की वजह से she got her son. And she's like, Nina, you're such a good teacher. I will put your name forward to other, students' moms. I'm like, thank you so much. And then 2 weeks later, that 2 to 10. And then वो सब mom Zumba आने लगे. So that's how it all started. So 10 से 20, 20 से 30. Kids का तो मैंने बंद कर दिया. I've stopped kids classes. I only do like 1-to-1 kids classes. But with the adults, it's touch wood. It's amazing because everybody loves Zumba. Everybody loves to get fit.
Yeah.
And everybody knows my journey. And I always say that, look, if you like music, then Zumba is perfect exercise routine. You won't realize, but I don't know about other Zumba classes, but in my Zumba classes, you're guaranteed workout. You'll have floor exercise, you'll have squats, you'll have lunges, you'll have mobility work, you'll have everything all in one, you know? So it's just not cardio. It's based on everything. Okay, if moms are coming to my classes, I want them A to have fun and B to have that exercise so that they can see the difference,
Mm-hmm.
which has helped me, and I see that smile on everybody's faces after the class. And that's just like killer. And for me, it gives me immense joy when I see those smiles on their faces.
For you, this is your success.
For me, it's
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
मेरा जो काम है दूसरों को smile देना वो सफल हुआ by something that I enjoy, something that I'm passionate about, that is coming through and reaching to them.
I just listened to your journey, and when you said Bollywood blended Zumba, or so what's that like? How it came into your mind that okay, now it's time that I blend the Bollywood music with the Zumba? Because if I'm not wrong, like Zumba has their own tracks
Yeah.
and it's a Western style. So how you got that inspiration to blend them and how it's working, like it's working wonders, or just because you love Bollywood, you have blended. What's the real story?
Right. So yes, Zumba is a Latin-based exercise program, and it has nothing to do with Bollywood. Now, for me, the love of Bollywood, the love, the songs, everything, it kind of gives me that energy, right? Not that the Latin songs don't give me, the Latin songs do give me that energy as well. But being an Indian, Bollywood is something I grew up with. And in this country, when I started my Zumba classes, I was the first one to introduce Bollywood inspired Zumba classes for a reason, because there was nobody doing it. And that was my niche. That's something I started. And I feel very proud because I've attracted so many people because of that, because they all love Bollywood songs. And they're like, we want to exercise, but there's no motivation. But when we come to your class, this Bollywood songs just gets us going, It's like we're on the dance floor. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Correct. Mhm.
But usually we see, Nina, in like not only in India, any part of world, women are little, hesitant to start such activities or dance if they are, little, I don't call it fat, but little overweight, or little chubby like I am, I like dancing, but still I hesitate in start. Like
Yeah.
how to start, and plus they think what people will say if I start in this age. How to take out my time for this. So there are lots of inhibitions in our mind which stop us from doing such things.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
that. I had that. I went through that. Oh, I want to start, but how, like I said to you in my journey, how it all happened, right? The Zumba
Yeah.
came along, and how confidence it gave me to be as me as a person. What I would say is it is difficult for any woman or any moms, no matter what age you are. It's within yourself. If you say, yes, I can do it, yes, I will take time for myself, you will.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be adamant that नहीं मुझे करना ही है, I don't care, 1 घंटा to 1 घंटा, once a week, I will give that dedication to myself. Once you start stepping out, giving that 1 hour to yourself, you will realize how important that 1 hour is for you mentally and physically. It will release all those endorphins from your body. It'll make you happy. It'll make you lighter. It will make you feel, yeah, I've done something. It'll make you feel good, you know? There'll be priorities. Everyone has priorities, you know? All women
Yeah.
have priorities in the house, work, everything. But have to, you have to motivate yourself to take that 1 hour out for yourself, because that will make a huge, huge difference overall. It'll help you, you know. People think, overnight, okay, मैं एक exercise कर लूंगी तो overnight, I'll lose weight. ऐसा नहीं होता. ऐसा नहीं होता. Dedication is the most important part when you want to come out and do something for yourself. People do 6 months, हाँ हो गया मेरा. No, with Zumba, the good thing is you lose slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a slow process. It took me a year, 6 to a year, from to go down from size 12 to size 8, right? It takes a while, but also 80% is the food,
Yeah.
right? Why are you eating so much? Okay, because you're free. You don't have anything else to do. You're thinking and you're just eating,
Exactly.
right? But अगर आप खुद को motivate करोगे, then once you start coming out to do something for yourself, you will then realize how important your life is for yourself. See, women think, मैं खाऊंगी ये वो, मेरे को एक्सरसाइज नहीं करना, मेरे को कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं है. Look at your children, they need you. If you're not going to be
Exactly.
healthy, how are they going to?
Yeah.
So I highly, highly encourage moms. Doesn't matter. I know all the husbands, like I have my students, right, coming and say, oh, my husband has got, badminton. Oh, my husband's got this cricket. Oh, my husband. Well, you see, husbands are doing everything. What are you doing for yourself? Right? 1 घंटा. 1 घंटा, I don't think your husband is going to mind.
Not in these times, nobody minds. On
Exactly.
the other hand, they will be happy if you are fit and stress free and happy. They will be happy for you.
Exactly. You come to home after that class, you'll be like, such a itna maza aaya. That's what the words are going to come out of you. You start thinking positive all of a sudden.
And when we talk about Zumba, I would like to ask you a question. Is there any health restriction, like normally if a person is having little bit of diabetes or some heart issue, so like is it said that they should not do Zumba or something?
No. In fact, if you go to any GP, they will actually tell you that if you're diabetic, cholesterol levels high, heart condition, I'm not too sure yet, but because it's a cardio based, in fact, it strengthens your heart. So as far as I know, to what we have studied in Zumba structure and whatever, we have a booklet and everything, right? We go for training. So it's really good for you. It says it's really good for your heart. So because it's
Till you
cardio,
don't have a problem, you don't have to think. But if you have a problem, you should consult.
definitely consult first the doctors. But
Yeah.
99% of my students who are suffering from diabetes or cholesterol, they have been referred to exercise, because exercise will help them reduce a lot of things.
Yeah.
Another thing is, one of my students had thyroid,
Oh, yeah.
and she started because the doctor said you need to exercise, but because of thyroid, you have your joints pain and all that stuff. But she started my Zumba class. 6 months later, she's messaging me, Nina, my thyroid is gone.
In hyper, both it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when she sent that message to me that my thyroid is gone, I'm like, oh my God, that is like amazing, So it did work for you. It means it is a good kind of, again, like I said, it's not just cardio based, my Zumba classes, it's overall. So it's giving you that extra kind of, push to your body as well. So maybe that might have helped her. And when she said that, I was like overjoyed, I still have her message. I'm like, do you mind if I, share this message to everybody?
And sometimes it helps, not only publicizing your thing, but it helps others also. Like, I asked you this question just because of it, because many people, they hesitate in starting things because they have little bit of high cholesterol level, or they have little bit of high sugar. So in that case, they can also, if they want to consult, they can consult and start the Zumba for their weight management and everything.
100%, they can. In fact, it's beneficial for them.
Yeah.
But obviously, how high they can go, how low, how much they can do. Now, obviously, they have to consult the doctor beforehand, But otherwise, I have got people who are diabetic, who are cholesterol level are high, who has got thyroid issues, who have got heart condition. They all come, and no problem.
Amazing. Even I'm feeling motivated.
Join the online.
Yeah.
You
Think I also liked in Nina the story that she got some signals from, like, the universe or the destiny or your God. So we have to also be observant. These things actually happens with everyone, right? You will get those inspiring signals, and those are very strong. Some like, any stranger will come and say you something, or your own child will signal it. So we have to also keep noticing those signals. So thank you, Nina, for like sharing that. Because what I feel is, when we feel that I'm overweight, because I'm also not very leaner and petite, I'm also like chubby, healthy, but I feel that I'm healthy and I'm overeating and all this stuff because of the stress behind. And once if I get off that stress, I'll do regular exercise as well, I'll go to gym or dance classes, and everything will come on track. So this is a very off track thing, not for the topic of this podcast, but it came so nicely, and everything is interconnected and interlinked. So coming back to like just the cultural thing. So what, Nina, you think, like, we say that we are in the modern times, we are in the new era, but traditionally a lot of people are struggling again with the traditional thoughts that dancing is not nice, it's not decent, why you need to dance, it's like not considered that white collar or a decent thing to do in many of the families. So what you have to say for them, or like girls and women's in those family who want to dance because they get that mental peace and they discover themselves by doing that dance. So how you suggest them to overcome that barrier, or just it's like a mental barrier with that particular woman or girl only? I'm not talking about to how to motivate the family, but how she internally can be the change.
It's really tough in our culture, to be honest. It's that stigma, right, in our culture, that dancing is not like a high thing. But I think things have changed. I feel people have moved on, because today dancing is everything in every people's life. Be it a wedding, संगीत तो होना चाहिए. In the sangeet, you have to dance, right? And today, I think 80% in India, if I'm not wrong, right, have a massive Sangeet celebration with lots of dances, and you see the happiness in them, right? So that same thing, I think they need to explain to their families in that way. That हम लोग शादी करते हैं तो कितना मजा आता है, हम लोग कैसे freely dance करते हैं, you know, how you forget about everything. They have to come and tell that story to your families and to say that that happiness gives me. मुझे 1 घंटा दो हफ्ते में, मुझे वही चाहिए to release myself. Once you start having that thought, then you'll implement it, right? But you have to kind of put it that way where people will understand you, not in a different way. You have to tell them in a family oriented way कि जो संगीत होता है, मेहंदी होती है, ये होता है, कितने मजे करते हैं हम लोग, तो मुझे भी वो, you know, मेरे में, they have to say that मुझे exercise करना है and this is what is giving me joy. तो क्योंकि mental health, it's very important today, you know, people really like, I went into depression for that reason, I went into a lot of things, you know, for that reason, but I came out, you know. So you have to play around, you know, the situation, घर पे कैसा है, but first, do you want to do it? You have to ask yourself, क्या मुझे करना है, right? फिर culture ये वो सब आ जाएगा, but first you have to be yourself thinking that हाँ मुझे करना है, I don't care, मैं कैसे भी करके ये बोल दूंगी ये वो, and मैं जाऊंगी.
Can Zumba classes be a family thing, like where the husband, women, and the kids can come together and enjoy it, or like it's not feasible in the real life?
No, it is absolutely fine, you know. In fact, Zumba is a good family exercise routine. But obviously, the kids under 12, I wouldn't recommend
Okay.
because their bones are still kind of developing, and you know, and Zumba has certain kind of muscle levels where they attack. So, you know, it's more for adults, I would say. But after 12, 13, the kids can join. So it can be a part of family, yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
Perfect. One more real-time struggle is like people struggle with time management. Okay. So, because actually they struggle with defining their own priority, but it's also a mixed feeling with the time and everything. Because ideally, either the classes happens in the evening time, so when the kids are back from the school, and then there is like cooking, bedtime, everything, or like it happens in the lunch times or the daytime where many people are working. So, what do you suggest? What is the easiest way if people are really struggling with time management?
So for me, it depends on the individual. Now, if the person really is motivated and wants to start, but timing is an issue with every single classes around the person, then begin with online. You've got so many online videos on YouTube. Doesn't matter. Suit yourself. When is it suitable for you? But at least start somewhere. Once you start somewhere, slowly, 2-3 years, your kids will be a bit older. You'll have more time. And involve the husband. Say, एक दिन क्या 1 घंटा नहीं कर सकते हो? You know, it's not a big deal. 1 घंटा, you know, you're saying to the. In fact, you know what I do? All my classes are in the evenings. As a dance instructor, Zumba instructor, for me, all my classes are evenings because all the moms are actually free after 8,
Yeah.
putting the kids to bed and everything, right?
Mhm.
So I feed my children, both, you know, my son is now 15, and my daughter, obviously, she still needs caring and all that. So I feed her, and then I go to the classes, you know. So work yourself around that. What the
Mhm.
husband has to do, put the child to the bed. That's easy, you know.
Mhm.
So just try and work around your schedule. Say, okay, आज मैं आधा घंटा early कर दूंगी, you know, क्योंकि मुझे क्लास में जाना है. But it has to come from you. मुझे
Right.
करना है तो कैसे भी करके, you know, you have to then shuffle around your timing as well.
Yeah. So again, if there is a wish and a will, like a strong will, then we'll figure out a time around. Otherwise, these are some nice excuses to follow with. Yes. Perfect. So, Nina, can you also tell about your classes? Like, if anyone wants to join online or if they are London based, how we can just come and have a trial class or join the courses?
Yeah. So I do online Zumba classes on Wednesdays, every Wednesdays, 8 to 8:30 p.m. It's a good workout from home, continuous half an hour, no breaks, nothing, and good tracks of Bollywood songs, which you will kind of sing along and do it. And I have few people, about 10 to 12 people who attend every week. And then face to face, I run them in Pinner, Harrow, and those are just so popular that you have to pre-book.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's
That's good. Yeah.
good. Yes. Um, I have about 25, 35 people attending those classes, and it's a good source of workout, good 55 minutes workout. So, if you want to join them, then yeah, just contact me 1 week before, I would say, because the classes do get fully booked. And then Bollywood dance classes, I run them. Again, my Bollywood dance class is also infused. So I don't do just say you pick a track and you just kind of do normal Bollywood moves. No, I will blend it with other, say, Bollywood plus Bhangra, Bollywood plus belly dancing, Bollywood plus classical. So it'll be a fusion of everything. Yeah.
Lovely. So, Nina, any message to the viewers you want to give? Like, we have discussed many things, but still, if there's something still motivating and inspiring thought hidden inside you which you want to share with everyone, please feel free.
So I would say that women who are still thinking to come out and exercise, do not think twice. Just come out and do something for yourself, because you are important, not just for yourself, but for your family as well. So somehow come out, take that leap of faith and just go with it, and you will see the difference in your life as well. And, your family life and everything. It will just change everything. So think about it and think I and age has no limit, to be honest. Age has no limit, and exercise can be done at any age. I have a 75-year-old who's been attending my classes for 10 years now, and she moves better than me. So trust me, anyone can join anytime. So don't think, oh, I'm old, that, the other. No, you're not, never old, too old to do anything. So just go with it, do what you think, but the willpower has to come from you. You have to be stronger than your excuses.
Very rightly said, and a very strong message that it's not just about us, but it's also about the loved ones around us. And they are really important, and we all know that. And it's really important for us to be healthy, happy, and stronger day by day. I would request everyone, if you are liking the way we are putting the conversations and our guests and the wonderful stories and the wonderful experience, then please do subscribe our channel.
And thank you, Nina, for your precious time. As you told, your schedule is very busy. I mean, for the whole day. And plus, thank you from my heart as a mother. Like your story was so inspiring, and it proved again that every mom is a superhero. Nina, thanks again. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you
That
for
Thank
was
you so
having
much,
wonderful.
me.
Nina.
Thank